What is Statistical Process Control, or SPC for short? SPC, by definition, is a method of measuring quality control with statistical processes in order to ensure that the production process is stable and capable. Now, we can measure if a process is stable by collecting data from measuring several sample products and then plotting the results on an X-bar chart. So what does all this stuff look like? Well, let's look at a simple example so we can better understand what's going on. Here we have a product created on a CNC machine. Now this product, as you can see, has several holes drilled into this edge. Now let's say we wanted to see if the process of creating these holes is stable. What we would do is simply collect several sample pieces and then measure the diameters of the holes on each piece. Once the diameters are measured, we would then plot the results on our X-bar chart. Here we have our X-bar chart. The X-bar chart is comprised of a lower control limit, which represents the smallest size the hole can be, the upper control limit, which is the largest size of the hole can be, and the center line, which represents the most ideal size of our hole. We will notice on the graph that there are two types of variation. The natural variation, which is present in every system and considered normal, and the assignable variation, which is due to special causes, such as a defect in the process we are measuring. In this case, we can see that one of our products has a hole that falls out of specification. Now the goal of this X-bar chart is to identify the assignable variations so we can then correct our process. In our case, we would go to the machine and figure out why it had an error and created a hole that is too large and out of specification. Now the other portion of SPC is identifying if our process is capable. For this we will use a histogram. On our histogram, we have a lower specification limit, an upper specification limit, and then a center line in between. An ideal process will have its graph as such between the lowest specification limit and upper specification limit without any outliers. The way we figure out if our process is capable is with the process capability ratio. The ratio is simply the upper specification limit minus the lower specification limit divided by 6 sigma. If our ratio is equal to or greater than 1, then our process is capable. If our ratio is less than 1, then that means our process is not capable and therefore incurring a loss. The goal here is to have a process that is fully within the specification limit so that there's no loss being incurred. Now that we have learned more about SPC, we can see how it is very important when it comes to any production process. With it, we can ensure that what we are doing is stable and capable so that we are maximizing our efficiency and minimizing our losses. And that's pretty much just the basics of statistical process control. Thank you for watching this video.